Right, okay. So in the last class, we discussed about the server roles, right? Any questions on that, guys?
So only we need to focus more on server sysadmin, right? Or
Hmm.
server.
Yeah. Server admin, we don't use it. Only sysadmin will use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is no need to focus. Sysadmin can do everything. But okay, so in case if users are asking sysadmin, if they are coming from the authorized gate, means proper approvals they have, you can give it. You cannot say like I cannot give you sysadmin and all. If their manager or the next level is approving, so you can give the sysadmin also. Okay, so it's not like only DBS will have sysadmin rights. Sometimes application developers also, based on their roles and responsibilities, they will have sysadmin rights. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Okay, so server roles means which will be applied on the server. Correct? Server roles means which will be applied on the server. Now, till now we discussed about the server level security. Now, let's jump into the next level, which will be the database level security. So, how to provide access on the databases, how a user can access the databases, in how many ways he can access, what kind of access, okay, he'll have. So, different types of roles, database roles, like how we have server roles in the server, in the same way, we have even database roles in the database level. Database roles will be applied on dash object. Database roles means the permissions that can be applied on dash
Database.
on databases. Okay, it's called database roles, guys. Okay, so the permissions that can be applied or the roles that can be applied. Okay, that can be applied on databases is called database roles. Okay, database roles. So now let's connect to the SQL Server first. So first I'll show you, as discussed in the last concept, whenever I'm giving access to any login on any database, what will happen, guys?
User is created.
Yes, okay. A user will be created in that particular database. A login cannot enter into the database on behalf of login. Who will be there to help the login, guys?
User.
User will be there to help the login. Right? Clear? Is this clear, guys? Last time as discussed. So let me show you that how it will be. Okay, so let's connect to the SQL Server first. I'm just killing the unused applications, guys. Server is slow, so that's why. Okay, it's not part of the any duty, not part of the SQL Server. Okay, so just to manage the resources in my local laptop, if any unused, okay, application processes are there, I'm just killing those processes. This is like how we will kill. Okay, in the OS side, like in the SQL side, we'll use kill command, right? That particular process will be killed. So from OS side, if you want to kill task manager, go to process tab. You can just right click on the process and you can choose end task. Okay, you can choose end task. Only in your laptop, okay? Don't do it in the server. Let it be. In the meantime, we can do one more thing. Let's go back to that diagram once so that we'll get the clarity. Right. And let me open file recent and match. Right. So as discussed earlier, Windows login and its equal login. For Windows login, the prerequisite is Windows level user. Based on the Windows level user, I can create an entry for Windows login in the SQL server, and then I can give access on any database. Okay. So now, if this guy wants to access the database, still how, see here, when I create an entry for him in the server level, he can access the server. Of course, based on the server roles, he is going to work based on the server roles. That doesn't mean, guys, remember one point, that doesn't mean every login should be part of any server role. Okay? If his duties comes under any of the server role, then only we'll add him. Otherwise, we don't add him into any of the server role. We can directly give access on the database level, right? We can directly give access on the database level. That is enough. Okay, so don't think a login should be part of any of the server role. By default, it will be part of public. By default, it will be part of public. So other than that, if he really needs any other permissions that related to the server, I mean to say, as per his roles and responsibilities, if he really needs permissions, we will add him into the particular server role. Otherwise, we don't add him into any of the server role. If we just want to access the database, we'll add him into the either database role or we'll exclusively give access on the particular database. Okay, guys, clear? So this is SQL login. And whenever we give either Windows or SQL, remember, see, I even shown you two logins, either Windows or SQL. When you give access to any login on any database, by default, a user will be created. What will happen, guys? By default, a user will be created to represent this login. Login can never enter into any of the database. On behalf of login, a user will be there. He is going to help this login, guys. So like that, if this login is having access on 10 databases, 10 users will be created. Each database, one user, okay? 10 users will be created. If he is having access on 100 databases, 100 users will be created, guys. This is how it will work. Okay, this is how it will work. This is clear, right, everyone? Any questions?
No.
Yeah, Shanmugh.
Okay, very
I
good.
just confused. Only one user we create, right? And give to all the databases. Why 10 users?
See, Radha Krishna. Don't go back again. This is Radha. If I give access to Radha on Amazon, how many Radhas will be created?
One rather.
So you should differentiate user and login. This is login. What you are thinking is user. This is not user. If I give access to Radha on Flipkart database, how many Radhas will be created in Flipkart?
One.
One. If I give like that, if I total how many users till now? Total how many Radha users till now on two databases?
Okay. One is Amazon, one is Flipkart.
Then I
Okay.
clearly mentioned one point. If I give access on 10 databases, right? User will be created in the sense what? User in the sense that is a database level object.
I get it. I get it. I got confused. No.
Right, guys. Okay. So that is how. Guys, any other questions, guys, here, please? It should be cleared, very clear, so that it's easy to understand the security in more deeper level, guys. Is it clear? Any
Yeah,
question?
Shanmugh, I have a doubt.
Yes, yes, please, Tausum.
Yeah, so here you're saying that whether we have created login, SQL login, then also no need to give particular server roles, depend upon
Correct.
the roles and so
Correct.
directly we can
Yes.
map into users,
User
right?
mapping. Yes, correct. So no need to give.
Okay.
Okay, again,
Any server roles.
based on his roles and responsibilities only, we will add him into the server role. If he doesn't need any of the server role, server level permission, of course, he is anyhow part of the public, that we cannot skip it. Other than that, if we don't need server level access, we don't give him. Okay, if he needs only database level access, we'll directly give on the databases only. Okay, as per the particular respective set. For
Okay.
example, if 10 databases are there, if two developers wants to access only specific two databases, we'll give access on two databases only. We can restrict to access other databases. Even in the databases also, it's not mandatory to give access to databases. We can directly give access to object level also. So that will be discussed slowly.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Right, guys. So now let's go back to this and let me first check the services. So now you know the difference between login and user. The server level entity is called login. The database level entity is called
User.
user. Okay, don't get confused. Don't tell like in on behalf of user you cannot use login. On behalf of login you cannot use user. Why? Because in the interview you like they will ask, they will confuse you. Okay, so server level object, security object is your server level principal is your login. Database level principal is your user. Okay, clear, guys? Okay, so now I'll connect as Smith also, like Smith, and I'll try to access the databases. Okay, so that we'll see whether he is able to access or not. Okay, we'll see whether he is able to access or not. Right, okay. So now let me connect as Smith. I'll open one more SSMS. I'll use that SSMS, okay, for Smith. Hmm. SQL Server Authentication, Smith, and 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. Let's check. Right. So now let's see. Okay. So now let's see what kind of access is there for Smith. Security, logins, and Smith. Double click on it and you can go to server roles. So currently is part of AppDB server role and server admin. I'll remove this access. Okay. As to discuss more, I'll remove this access. No, he is not part of the any of the server role. He is not
Server
part of
role.
the any of the server role. Now let's go and check whether normal, as we know that he don't have any type of access to access the databases, right? So when I'm clicking on Amazon, okay, definitely we'll get the, okay, error. Why? Because he don't have access on the databases. This is expected, guys, correct? This is expected. Why? Because we didn't give to Smith on any of the databases to access the Amazon. Now let's try the batch 57 also. Yes, he will still get the error. Now let me go and do one thing. I'll simply see security logins. This is how we will give access to, okay, any login on any database. That is called user mapping. That is called user mapping. So I told you, right, whenever you are giving access to any login on any database, a user will be created. So you have to map the user. That is called user mapping. So go to this and double click on Smith. Earlier, Smith is not able to access or expand the database. Now what I'll do, I'll create a user for him in the database. Okay, click OK. So what I'll do, I'll simply select Amazon. I'll simply select Amazon. See here, user Smith is creating now. See, can I rename this for Smith login? Only Smith user will be created, or I can rename the Smith user also to another name. Is it possible?
No.
No.
It's possible, but there is no sense of changing the username.
Very good. Okay, you can see the answer on the screen itself. If it is not possible, it will not allow you to edit. When I click here, see, it is allowing you to edit. So the answer is yes, it is possible. But we can identify, right? For example, if Smith login is not working, Smith will come back to us. So, say, hey, DBA team, my login is not working. I'm not able to access the database. What is the first thing that we will look into it? Whether Smith user is created or not, right? We'll expand the database whether Smith user is created or not. So on behalf of Smith login, if Smith user is created, okay, fine, it's created. But instead of Smith, if I mentioned Mark here, I'll be confused, right, whether Smith user is created or not. I can give another name, no issues. You can give any name to the user. Your child can have any name. There is no mandatory that your child also should have the same name like you. But how we will troubleshoot in case of any issues? Okay, so that's why it's always good to have the same login name with the same username so that we can, by just looking, okay, Smith user is presented. Okay, no issues from the user side. So like that, we'll look into in another direction why it's not working. So is it clear, guys? We can still edit it. Okay, so don't think that both are bonding together with the name. I'll extend this concept. Okay, I'll add 2-3 points. Don't think Smith login is connected with the Smith user only because of the name, as both names are same, so that's why they are connected. No, there is one more concept called SID, security identifier. Even though you change the name of the Smith user to Mark, still they both are bonding together using SID. That is called, in our language we can call it as a family name. My kid will
Unique ID. You
carry,
mean unique ID?
sorry, Sampath?
You mean sir, unique ID?
Unique ID. Okay, you mean, like, I mean to say, how the kids will carry our family name, how they are bonding together using that family name, or you can say DNA. The same kind of DNA will be present for the user also. Okay, so even though you change the name of the Smith from Smith user to Mark or Kalyan or some other Likita or Mauni, still they both are bonding together because of that SID number, that login SID and the user SID will be same. Like how the DNA will be same, in the same way, even though you give different name, nothing will happen. Okay, still, but while troubleshooting, it's always difficult to see the SIDs and all. So that's why it's not a recommended practice to change the name of the user. It should be like a same as your login name, guys. Clear? Yes, Hari, please.
Yes.
Hari, tell me.
Yes, Muk,
Close your eyes.
action.
Hari, close your eyes.
Hello?
Close your eyes, Hari. Close your eyes and let me know once you close your eyes. Right? You're ready, right? Hari, I'm
Yes, yes.
asking you only. Okay. Just close your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Tell me the versions of SQL Server.
2002, 2000, 2005, 2008, 8R2, and 2012, 14, and 16, 17, 19, and 22 and 25.
Tell me the Windows Server versions.
Windows Server version.
You didn't practice. Just practice it for one SQL version.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, just check it once. Yeah, please, you can ask your question, Hari.
My question is as earlier we have provided the Smith as server level rule like DB
Correct.
creator or whatever. Okay. So
Correct.
when we created DB and there is also a user available in the
Correct.
database.
Correct.
Okay. So now you are providing the database level again.
Mm.
So it will create a second user or it will go to the same user.
See, those two are two different databases, right?
No, let's suppose only we are providing now object level or database level again on the same database.
Okay, what will happen if we are providing object level or table level? What will happen? See, for one kid, for one parent, in one database, only one user will be created in one database, in one database, in one database. Okay, so if you are
Yes,
giving access to the same parent in another database, another user will be created. One more user will be created in another database. These are database level
yes.
objects. So there is no confusion here. There is no conflict here. So if you are giving access on Amazon, one user will be created in the Amazon. Okay. And if you are giving access on the Flipkart database, one more user will be created in the Flipkart database. This user is different. This user, of course, names are same, but this is limited to the Amazon. This user is limited to the Flipkart.
No, my question is that if we again and again provide the access of Amazon, so every time it
No,
will
no,
create.
no. See, once user is created, it will not create multiple times.
Okay,
Okay, that same user will be updated with updated access.
okay.
Okay, so not for every access again and again user will be created. No, guys, that is completely wrong. User is same, only one user will be there. For Smith, only one Smith user will be there. And when you are giving access, multiple access, the same Smith user will be updated with the multiple access, guys. Clear? Any other questions? Fine. Okay. So now earlier, okay, Smith, you might get a doubt why Shanmugh, why Smith DB is already having access. Okay. Any idea why? Any idea why? If you remember the
Smith
login
login
video,
we created.
yes, last time when we are practicing, we added him into the DB creator role, and we are checking whether he is able to create the database or not. So Smith created Smith DB. So as he created, he will be the owner of the database. So that's why by default this is there. Is it clear, guys? Everyone, if you have any question, such question, is it clear? Right. Okay, fine. Now earlier Smith is not able to access the database. If you can see here, when he is trying to expand the database, Amazon, he is getting the error. Okay, he is getting the error. Now also he will get the error. Why? Because I didn't click OK. Okay, so now you go and check here. This one, and go to Smith, and you can see here, where is that window? Yeah, this one. So now I'm just giving access on Amazon database. Okay, default schema, generally you can mention it as a DBO. Okay, keep this as DBO and click OK. Don't add him into any of the roles. Like how server roles, if you just compare and see server roles, I created a login, but I didn't added him into any of the server roles. Still he is able to access the
Database.
correct. I mean to say, still he is able to connect to the SQL server. He cannot access anything, but he is able to connect, right? In the same way, I am creating the user now in the Amazon, but I am not adding him into any of the database roles. These are the database roles. These are not server roles. See, DB underscore. If you see DB underscore means these are the database roles. Server roles, you don't see any DB underscore. Prefixed with DB underscore means database roles. DB means database role. These are 9 plus 1 DB roles will be there. These are 9 plus 1 DB roles will be there. Okay. So this is how. Now I'm just clicking OK. I'm not giving access to any of the object. I'm just creating the user. Click OK. Now he is able to access the database. Earlier you got the error, right? When you trying to when we are trying to expand the database, we got the error earlier. But when we are trying now, you can. Okay, he can see the objects. But can he see the tables, guys? Let me show you in the admin connection. So in the admin connection, if you see database Amazon and if you see tables, you can see two tables. Can Smith see those two tables?
No,
No.
No.
Why? Why? Why?
we don't give
We don't have
permission.
permissions. We just created that user. That's it. We gave access. We did the user mapping, and I didn't added that user to any of the DB role. So if I add that user to any of the DB role, then only he is able to view the tables. He is able to see the objects inside the database, like a default user. Okay, how a default login can connect to SQL Server and he cannot do anything. In the same way, default user can access the database, but he cannot see anything. Clear, guys? Until and unless if you give the access. Are we good now? Now, is it clear how to create the user and all? Database level user. User means database level only. Okay? Fine. Now, let's discuss the database roles. Means if I give access to the user, now the user is created. Now I have to add that user into any of the, sorry, any of the database role. If you go and see the Amazon security, Amazon database, and if you go and check the database level security folder will be there, guys. We will have two security folders will be there. This is server level security. Outside, whatever you can see, outside databases, you can see server level security. So under server level security, server level principles like logins will be managed. And we'll have one more security in the database level. Every database will have database level security. In the database level, you will have database level principles like users. See here, user. See, Smith user is created. Clear, guys? Any questions, doubts? Now we will give access to this user. We will add this user into any of the database roles. We will add this user into any of the database roles. You can see here. Clear? Right? This is how the user will be created, guys. Now let's discuss the database roles. So if I added that particular user to any of the DB role, how he will perform, how many database roles are there. Okay, so we have around 9 plus 1 database roles are there, 9 plus 1 DB roles are there. Okay, so the plus 1, you can guess it. What is that plus 1, guys?
Public.
Public we have server role, public we have DB role also. Okay, okay, guys, as how a login by default part of the server role, in the same way, who will be the part of database public role, guys? Who will be the part of database public role? Login is a part
Who
of
has server?
default public role. In the same way, who will be the part of default public database role?
User will be part of.
Yes, user. I am expecting user, guys. Okay, user will be part of default database public role. Okay, so the shortcut is D4 as DBO. If you want, you can remember in this way, D4 as DBO. Okay, so DDL admin, data reader, data writer, deny data reader, deny data writer. Okay, let me phrase it. Okay, data reader. These are the roles, guys. Okay, data writer, deny data reader, database roles, deny data writer, access admin, AS. Okay, after that, A means access admin, S means security admin. In the database level also we have security admin, guys. In the server level we have security admin. In the database level also we have security admin. Okay, security admin. Next, D4 as DBO, DDL admin, B, backup operator. O, DB owner. DB owner, you can mention as O. Okay. And of course, public. These are the database roles, guys. So we can easily remember using the shortcut D4 as DBO, so that you can D4, 4Ds. D4 means 4Ds. Data reader, data writer. You can simply add deny, the same roles. Access admin, security admin, DDL admin, backup operator, DB owner, and public. You can go and see here. Okay. Maybe the what I can say, the order will be different, but the roles are same. Access admin, backup operator, data reader, data writer, DDL admin, deny data reader, deny data writer, DB owner, security admin, public, guys. So in this way, you can remember the roles. Sometimes they will ask you in the interview, that's why. Okay. So it's important to remember the roles. So now let's discuss what each role will do. What is the functionality of each role? Let's discuss, guys. Okay. I'm just opening a new query window. So what is the query to see the permissions of a server role?
SP underscore
SP
SRV role, server role permission.
permission.
Now tell me the query to see the database level permissions, database role permissions. You can
SP
guess
SP
it.
underscore
SP
DB.
underscore
DB.
DB
V
role
Hmm.
permission.
Very good, very good, very good. Okay, so just a small modification. SP underscore DB. These are all what roles, guys? We have two types of roles. What are the
Fixed
roles?
roles.
Fixed roles. Okay,
Fixed roles
DB
and
fixed role permission. Okay, and then you can go ahead and you can just drag it one by one. Okay, or you can just type also, no issues. Okay, so in this way you can find the permission of any database role. DB you can identify how to validate this is correct or not.
By looking color.
Color. Okay, if it is brown color, okay, then it is correct. Okay, if you remove this fixed and all, you can see it will be changed to black color. Okay, either syntax will be in blue color or in brown color. Especially stored procedures will be in brown color, guys. If you see, observe any stored procedure, SP who to, okay, default stored procedures, SP who, SP help DB, okay, SP underscore help DB, okay, default stored procedure. SP help is also there to see the queries, okay. So like that you can, default stored procedures generally it will be in brown color, okay. Right, now just execute this. You can see how many permissions are there. So access admin, you can easily guess it. Access related thing. Okay, access related thing. You can see there are 3 permissions are there for this role. What he can do? He can drop a user. If you are a member of access admin, you can drop the other users from the database. You can drop in the sense you can delete it. Okay. You can grant database access to the user, and you can even revoke. You know the revoke, right? Revoke means removing the permissions. Okay, taking back the permissions, okay, is called revoke. This is how it will work, revoke. Right, so a member of this access admin, access in the sense you can easily, you can imagine database level user like access in the sense you can remove the user, you can grant DB access, you can revoke DB access, guys. I'll show you with another, okay, what I can say, role. I'll show you the demo with another role. Backup operator, as of now, you can guess it what backup operator will do, but in the next class will be backups. In the evening onwards, we'll start backups. Okay, so we do, I'll tell you what is backup, how many types of backups are there, how to take the backup. So for now, you can see a backup operator. What he can do 3 things. He can take the backup of the database. He can take backup log means we have different types of backups, full backup, differential backup, log backup. So that is called backup log. He can able to backup the log file. So that is called log backup. So if you are a member of backup operator, you can take the database backup and you can take the log backup and you can even run checkpoint also. What is checkpoint and all will be discussed, okay, in the performance tuning. Okay, don't worry. So let me give you one more, okay, example. So let me give you one more 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 example. So let me role, let me discuss the other role, which will be data reader. Data reader, you can guess it, right? What is meant by data reader?
Select permissions. Only he can read.
He can read.
Okay, he can read. Very good. Okay, he can read. Read means in the sense what? How you can read it from the table? How, guys? Which command
By
will help
using
you?
select statement.
Correct. Okay.
Select statement.
If you
Select query.
see here, see, he is having only one permission. Select permission on any object. Select permission on any object. He is having only one permission called select permission on any of the object, guys. Okay, select permission on any of the object. Now let's see the demo. Okay, let's go and check the demo. Earlier, Smith is not able to see the, he can able to access the SE, he cannot access the batch 57 because his user is not created in the batch 57. Only in the Amazon it was created. Okay, so now when he's trying to access other databases, definitely he'll get the error. Guys, we are narrowing, the security is going to like narrow down now. Server level, then database level, then object level. Giving access on one database will able to access that particular database only. He cannot access other database. Clear? So now Amazon he can access, but still he can't able to see the tables. But somehow he know the table name. Okay, he is just guessing. Okay, he is just guessing. Oh, so he is trying to access the table. Okay, select star from employee, right? Employee or student. Employee. Okay, somehow he just know the table name and he's trying whether he has permissions to see the employee data or not. Okay, okay, of course. What is the error here? What is the error here?
Invalid
The database.
object name employee.
What it
Is
means?
the database.
So Amazon. Okay, so now you try it. I should get this error. The select permission was denied on the object employee. The select permission was denied on the object employee database name Amazon schema DBO. He don't have enough permissions to see the data. Okay, not only this, he cannot even see student also. If he wants to see student, he can't even access the student table. Not only one table. Okay, all the tables that are there in the database. Okay, he cannot access, guys, because he is not an authorized person to access and he don't have enough permissions. Now Smith cannot give himself, okay, to access the table, right? If I am making myself as an admin, or if I am getting my own permissions, what is the use of the DBA team then? Correct? Right? So a DBA, so you see, Smith has to request the DBA to get the access. So what DBA will do now? Okay, go to that login. If we didn't create it, I'm just telling you in multiple parts, guys. Okay, we'll do everything in a same step, but I'm explaining slowly one by one. Now go to user mapping. Already we created the user, right? No issues. Now select the database. Here don't get confused, guys. Okay, see, if you select here, these roles will be applied on this database. So without selecting, if you select the role, means it will not be applied, and it will be, the access will be given on another database. So very important, guys. So once you click on user mapping, always you have to select the database. If you want to give access on batch 57, select batch 57. If you want to give access on any temp DB, select temp DB. Okay, so it is very, very important. You should check this before giving access. So Amazon. So which role will help you to get the select permissions, guys? Here.
Data reader.
Data
Reader.
reader. I am simply selecting data reader and click OK. Right now, Smith is part of a database level DB reader. Now go and refresh the Smith connection. Earlier he cannot see the tables, right? Smith, you can see here, Smith. Earlier he cannot see the two tables. Now if you refresh it, he should be able to see the two tables. Earlier when he ran this query, he got the select permission was denied. When you run this query now, he should be able to read the data. And student. If in this database 100 tables, 1000 tables are there, Smith can read or he is not able to read, guys. If 1000 tables are there in the database, can Smith read all the tables?
Yes.
Yes, the answer is why, because we gave access on the database. Database level data reader he is. So he can see all the tables, he can access all the tables. No, Shanmukh, I want access on a single object. Then in a different way, we have to give the access. Clear? Is it clear, guys, everyone? Any questions so far? That is how data reader will work. Now let's go to data writer, guys. Now tell me what kind of permissions will be there for data writer.
Insert,
It can
update,
edit.
delete.
Very good. Okay. Write operations. Write operations means insert is a write operation. Update is a write operation. Delete is also a write operation. If you execute now, you can see three permissions. Delete permission on any object. Insert permission on any object. Update permission on any object. Update, insert, delete. Right? Now I have a quick question. When compared to data reader, the data writer is like the more higher level, right? When compared to data reader, data higher is more higher level. If a person is asking you to add him into the data writer, can we also add him into the data reader?
Yes.
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 Very good. The answer is yes. Why? Because he is having permission to modify the data itself. Why he can't read the data? Okay, he can, when he can see the changes, he did one insert, he want to validate the change. Again, he cannot come back to you, hey, give me data reader permission, right? So if the person is having data writer or if person is asking data writer, you can add him into data reader also, no issues. Even though he didn't mention in the ticket, you can still add him into the data reader. That is common sense. But if a person is requested for data reader, can I add him into data writer also?
No.
No, because he is limited to read the data. He is not an authorized person to see, to change the data, to modify the data. Clear, guys? So that difference, that white space, you have to read it. Fine. Now a person, a member of this role can do an insert on the database, only on the database level objects, only at Amazon. If you want to go for the Flipkart, again on the Flipkart database, you have to choose data writer. Okay, guys. So a member of this role can insert the data in all the objects of that particular database, can delete the data from all the objects, can, okay, can update the data on all the objects. So let's discuss one important point here. Sometimes you'll get this interview question. What is the difference between delete, drop, and truncate? Delete, drop, and truncate. Tell me, guys. Delete. Almost all the meaning is same only, but functionality is different.
We can delete any record in the
Very
table.
good. Okay, delete all the records in the table.
As
Okay,
well,
you can
particular
delete.
record.
All the records are specific record, that's fine. Okay, he can delete all the records in the table. Okay, delete will delete the records in the table. Very simple. Delete will delete the records. Delete the records in the table. But the table structure still it will be available. Whatever table you can see here, if you see this table, when I delete the records, only records will be deleted. Okay, for example, seven records are there. I want to delete a specific record. Seventh record I can delete, or I want to delete all the records. I can still delete it, but the columns will be existed, guys. The table will be existed. Only the data inside the table will be deleted. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Clear? Okay. Delete will delete the records, not the table. Table will be still existed. Table is existed means table level objects like columns will be existed, keys will be existed, indexes will be existed, statistics will be existed. All the table level objects will be existed. Only the data will be deleted inside the table. The table structure, columns, indexes, statistics, everything will be existed. Okay, right? Clear, everyone?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, Becky, please.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the follow-up question I want to ask is that, yeah, if you delete any record in the table, can you roll it back?
Yes,
Is
yes,
it
I'll
possible
tell you.
to get it back?
I'll tell you that point. Anyhow, we have to discuss now. Okay. Right. So, guys, is this clear till now? So, if you delete the records, only the records will be deleted, but the table structure, table objects like columns, indexes, statistics will be still existed. This is clear, right? Delete is a rollback operation, guys. We can roll back delete. Rollback means what? We can cancel it. We can cancel the delete operation also. We can roll back the delete. Why? Because it will delete record by record. Every entry will be logged inside the log file when it is deleting. Every entry will be logged inside the log file when it is deleting. So you can, as we have complete data, so you can still roll back the delete operation. Means you can cancel. For example, you are trying to delete 1 lakh records in a table. Okay. After 5 minutes, you realize that maybe you are using a wrong table. You want to cancel it. You can roll back it. You can cancel the transaction. It will go to rollback state. So this is how delete can be rollbacked. You can roll back it. You can cancel. You can undo it. Okay. So that is the use of. Yes, please.
One doubt. Is it required? The necessary time is there, or we can do any time? Like if I deleted some records,
Yes, please.
and after half an hour I got to know that, can I roll
It's
back?
important. See, it's not like after the transaction you do that. Okay. During the transaction only you have to roll back.
Okay.
So if it is taking 35 minutes and you can roll back at 30th minute, no issues. If it is taking 35 minutes and if it is like 36th minute, depends on the particular log and all, but that is not possible. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
Right. So now drop, guys. What drop will do? Drop will drop the whole object. Whole object in
Drop
the
the
sense
table.
table. Okay. Whole object in the sense table. When it is dropping, okay, the whole table will be dropped. The whole entry will be dropped. If this entry is dropped, whatever objects inside the entry also will be dropped, right? Correct? There will be no table structure. There will be no records. There will be no table level objects like indexes, statistics and all. Clear? Guys, the whole entry will be dropped. So all the database level, table level objects also will be dropped when you drop it. Okay? So drop also we can roll back. So now next is similar to drop, which will be truncate. Drop and truncate both are almost same. Drop and truncate both are almost same. So what is the difference then? See, drop will drop it.
So trunk.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Sanjeev, you are saying something.
Yes, sir. The truncates are it will drop. It won't drop the table. Only records will be deleted. All the
No,
records.
no. Is it
Table
so?
structure we
So truncate
Yeah.
table level
No
drop
of
database
the
level.
table there
Sorry,
or object.
sorry.
No rollback of the object will be there
Correct,
if we
correct,
drop.
correct, correct. So truncate, yeah, Sanjeev. Like truncate,
Yeah.
what it will do? It will deallocate the pages, guys. It will not delete like. Sorry, I'm correcting myself. Delete and truncate almost same, not drop and truncate. Okay, delete and truncate almost same. It will deallocate the pages of the table. Okay, it will deallocate. See, delete will delete record by record. Whereas, okay, the truncate will vanish everything in a flash. What it means, whatever the, for example, if employee table is like it sits on 100 pages, your truncate will clear all the 100 pages. It will erase all the 100 pages. It will deallocate all the 100 pages. But the table structure remains same. Okay. So there is no rollback.
Yes.
There is no rollback. Okay. To this truncate, guys. Means you cannot roll back. Why? Because the pages will be deallocated, right? So if the pages are deallocated, you cannot roll back. If it is deleting one by one record, everything it will write inside the log file. So some address is there at least to recover. Whereas in the truncate, it will deallocate the pages of the object. So automatically whatever, okay, is there like the data and all, everything will be deleted. So you cannot roll back. Why? Because truncate will not use any of the LSN. I mean to say LSN it will use, but it will not write it clearly. So if you write the, I told you when we discussed about the log file, I gave you an example. If you write the address on the cover properly or on the packet, delivery packet, if you write the address properly, then only it will reach it to you. You have to mention your name, your father name, and your street, building number, flat number, floor number, and area, pin code, state, city. So it will be easy to recover, right? So in the truncate side, in the delete operation, it will do that while deleting. It will write everything completely in the log file. From where it is it deleting, what is the object name, what is the LSN number, what is the previous LSN, what is the current LSN, what is the next LSN. Everything it will write clearly in the log file so that it is possible to recover it again. Whereas at the truncate, it will simply deallocate, so it is not at all possible to recover. So rollback option is not there in the truncate, guys. Okay.
Then, sir, why we need truncate, sir?
See, depends. It delete will take lot of time, Sanjeev. Okay,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
not like
correct.
as we are not using. Why? Because delete, why it will take time. It will write on the other hand and it will delete the record. Okay, whereas truncate
Yeah,
will not
correct, sir.
write completely, so it will be vanished immediately. So and again, if
So it will like save time.
correct, it will save time and user decided I don't need to roll back, he can go for truncate instead to save the time.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
This is the interview question, guys. Okay, this is the interview question, right? So now what is the other role? Let's go and check the other role, guys. This is Smith connection, right? Ah. So now the data reader. So let's discuss the deny data writer, and the deny data reader and writer now itself, so that it will be clear to you. Data reader, what data reader will do, guys? What data reader will do?
You can read.
Select permission on any object, right?
Yes.
Deny data writer.
He can't read. Even though he have permission, he can't.
Very good. Okay, no select permission. Okay, guys, deny data reader means no select permission. So now if you go and see the login Smith user mapping Amazon, and he is having data reader permission, right? Smith is having data reader permission. So he is able to read the data. Go to Smith section and he is able to read the data, all text and all text. He can read the data. Now what I'll do, I'll add him into the deny data reader role. Okay. Now I'll keep that as it is. He has reader permission, and I'll add him into the deny data reader also. Now, on the other hand, he is a data reader, like, and at the same time, he is also part of deny data reader. Now, can he read the data, guys?
No.
No.
Deny versus any other role, who will win?
Deny, because it's a
Deny.
second highest privilege.
So now if you go and see the Smith connection, earlier he is able to read the data. Now if you just test it, it will show you the select permission was denied on the object employee. And if you see the student also, the same thing, the select permission was denied on the object student. Now is it clear, guys? Even though you have reader permission, if I strongly decided, even though this person is having read permission, still he cannot able to read the data, then I'll keep you in the deny data reader. Okay. Right, fine. Now, the deny data writer is also. Can you guess the permissions of deny data writer now? Data writer means insert, update, delete. Deny data writer means
Deny, insert,
He
deny.
don't have permissions on those three.
select means, I mean to say, data reader means select. Deny data writer means no select. In the same way, data writer means insert, update, delete. Deny data writer means
Can't insert the data. He can't
No
update the
update.
data.
no insert, no update, no
No delete.
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 Okay, if you see here, sorry. The same thing I just pulled. Okay, now all text you can see. No delete, no insert, no update. So even though you're part of the data writer, still if deny data writer is there on you, you cannot insert, you cannot update, you cannot even delete the data, guys. Okay, right? So this is how it will work. So now let's go back to this DDL admin. Access admin done, backup operator, data writer, deny data writer done, DDL admin, DB owner, security admin. Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's go to this DDL admin. So DDL admin is a kind of an important role. The highest role is DB owner, guys, in the database level. Like in the server level, the sysadmin is the highest role, guys. In the same way, in the database level, DB owner is the highest level. In the database level, DB owner is the highest level. Okay. So next highest is your DDL admin. Powerful. So all DDL but grant, revoke, deny, DECC clean table, DBCC show statistics. Some of them show config and all will see. I'll tell you during the fragmentation. Show statistics, I'll tell you during the performance tuning. Okay. So truncate table, see, rename, recompile, table option. Okay. If you are part of DDL admin, all DDL. What are the DDL commands, guys? Data definition language. Tell me what are the DDL commands?
Insert, delete, select, update.
So create, alter, drop, truncate, rename.
Tell me, guys.
So DDL command basically sir create, alter, drop.
Yes, create, alter.
Create, alter, drop.
You are saying something. Insert, update, delete, Swati.
Those are
I
given.
got confused.
Confused. Okay, so create, alter, these are all the DDL commands, guys. Data definition language, data manipulation language. Okay, so these are all different. Like the commands, like the select, update, delete, whatever commands you know till now, those are segregated. Okay, data definition language, data manipulation, manipulate. How you can manipulate it? Insert,
Insert,
Like
update,
delete or
delete.
insert.
yes.
Yeah, update.
Definition means kind of a create, alter kind of thing. So
Like
this is how.
yeah, read, write like that.
Correct.
Create, alter.
Okay. So that is how it will work. So a DDL can create, drop, alter, truncate, okay, and rename, guys. So that is how. So if you are a member of a DDL admin, you can truncate the table. Okay, you can see here truncate table. Okay, you can rename, recompile. I'll tell you what is recompile. Generally, we'll recompile the stored procedures. Okay, so that we can even create it, we can drop it, so we can truncate it. So these are all comes under DDL. So if you're a member of DDL admin, you can do all those things, guys. You can do all those things. Sometimes users might ask you to add them into the DDL admin role. So you can add, okay, the user into the DDL admin role, provided, guys, what it will do, that is different concept. Okay, if you have valid approvals, as our duty is, if one user is coming to us, hey, can you please add me into DDL admin? What you have to look into it? As a DBA, what you have to look into it? Hey, what you will do with DDL admin? I don't give you. You cannot say like that, right? What is our main criteria? How we will handle this? We'll see proper ticket is there or not. We'll see proper approval is there or not. If proper ticket, proper approval is there, that is not our headache. We'll give it and we'll leave it. Why? Because if something goes wrong, their manager will take the headache. He only approved this. Are you getting the point, guys? If you don't remember the permissions, it's good to remember. It's always very important to remember. Why? Because when we are giving also, we should know what kind of permissions we are giving, but not an issue. Okay. But still, as we are getting a proper valid approvals, what it will do, what kind of permissions are there, that is not okay. No need to remember. But again, I am not giving an assurance, don't remember. Okay. It's always good to have the subject, but not mandatory. Okay. Fine. So the next one is deny is over, deny data writer is over. The next one is, let's go with security admin first, then last we'll go with the DB owner. Okay, security admin. So security admin, you can guess it, what a security admin can do. A security admin can deny the permissions, can grant the permissions, can revoke the permissions, and app role. Okay, app role. So these are around 11 permissions are there. So he can add member to a role, add role member. See, in the server roles, everyone can add others into that particular role. Okay, DB creator, add member to DB creator role, disk admin, add member to disk. Every role is having on default permission, add member to that role. Whereas in the database roles, you don't see that permission for every role. Only security admin and your DB owner can do that. Now we are comparing with the database roles. Of anyhow, sysadmin can do that. That doesn't mean I have to give sysadmin, right? But we are comparing only database level. So Shanmukh, sysadmin also can do, right? Sysadmin can do anything on the server level, but don't compare sysadmin and your DB owner. Sysadmin is the king in the server level. DB owner is the king in the database level. Are you getting the point, guys? You cannot compare cages and letters. Okay, so you can compare kilometers and meters. Why? Because they both belongs to same. Liters and milliliters you can compare. Kgs and grams you can compare. Are you getting the point? So Shanmukh sysadmin also can do, right? Yes, he's a king in the server level. We are not comparing server level and database level. Server level, database level, guys. Is it clear? So now a member of security admin can add other users to the security, I mean to say the roles also, and the DB owner also can do that. So these are all the permissions of a security, DB security admin. In the server level, we have one security admin. In the database level, we have one security admin. That security admin is different. This security admin is different. That permissions of the security admin is different. The permissions of this security admin is completely different, guys. Clear? Now the last one is your DB owner. See, around 57 permissions are there to DB owner. DB owner can do anything. Add, drop to, from, access to, he can add, drop into other roles. Okay, all DDL. Just now we have seen this is which role, guys. Can you identify this is from which role? You can easily identify. Just now we discussed.
DDL admin.
DDL admin, very good. Backup data,
Yeah,
backup
DDL.
database, which role? Backup database, backup log checkpoint, which role?
Backup operator.
Very good, very good. So you can see whatever roles we have seen till now. Okay, the same role will be the same permissions will be there in the DB owner. So DB owner is the king in the database level. He can do anything. Okay, okay, in the database. So Smith can be king in the particular Amazon database. That doesn't mean he can access batch 57. Is it so? If Smith is a DB owner in the Amazon, Smith can access batch 57 also.
No.
No, he is king in this. This is his dynasty. And if I give access on batch 57, again one more okay area will be there. I mean to say one more dynasty will be added. So he's a king. And for now, if I added him into a Amazon DB owner, he's the king of Amazon. Okay, on the database level, he can do whatever he wants, DB owner. But he cannot access other databases unless and until if you give the access to other databases. Clear, guys? Is it clear? Everyone? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now I have a quick question. I need answers from everyone. Type your answers. Direct message to me. Don't tell your answers. Okay. Now Smith is a member of deny data reader. At the same time, Smith is a member of DB owner. Smith is a member of deny data reader. Smith is a member of DB owner. Now tell me whether Smith can read the data or not. Type your answers in the chat. Right? Okay. So, guys, in case if you are not yet responded, please respond, please. I can see Likita, Tabassum twice, Mauni, Gopinath, Shivam, Kadir, Becky, Hari, Swati, Kalyani, Sanjeev, Kirtesh, Radha, Sampath, Kalyani, 819. Okay. What about Arsh? What about B? Gopinath, Gopi. Okay. Okay. Sharad Kumar, Shivam Dikshit. Why people are not responding? At least type yes or no. Shivam, okay, thank you. I got your answer. Gopinath also, okay, fine. Okay. Still people are sending group messages, guys. When I ask question, don't send group messages. Okay, others can see, right? I want to test their knowledge, everyone's knowledge, right? So if you type answer in the group, they can see and they can respond, okay, with the same answer. It's like a copying. Fine, okay, fine. So now let's go back to Kalyani. Kalyani 88. Okay, not 888, 19. Okay, Swati. And Kalyani also. Okay. And Sanjeev. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, Sampath said yes. Okay. Radha, no. Kitesh, no. Sanjeev, yes. Kalyani, no. Swati, no. Harishankar, he can't read the data. Becky, no. Kadir, no. Shivam, no. Gopinath, no. Mauni, no. Tabasum, he can't read the data. Likita, no. Sharath, no. He can't read. Sridhar, no. Okay, so 1 minute. Let's go back to yes. Yes, yes. Sanjeev, yes. Sampath, yes. So tell me, guys, why yes?
My answer was he can read the data.
That's what. Why he can read the data? Why, like, why you
He
got
have a
that?
We have the highest level of
high
role.
privilege of the DB.
Hmm.
He have a on a
Sir, I
perform.
think sir, like deny is the second highest permission, but DB owner is the highest permission, no, sir. So I think that is why, sir, they can like read.
Hmm. Okay. Very good. So except Sanjeev and Sampath, all are correct. So Sanjeev and Sampath, again, I said 1 point. DB owner, yes, he is the highest privileged permission in the database level. Yesterday we discussed one more point, right? What is that? That also you have to keep in mind, right? Deny is the second highest powerful permission in the SQL server. What is the meaning of second highest? First rank is sysadmin, second rank is deny. Remaining all other comes under after deny. So deny versus sysadmin, who will win? Deny versus
Deny.
sysadmin, who will win? Huh? That's why I changed the
Sysadmin,
order.
no, sir.
Deny versus sysadmin, who will win? Sysadmin only will. Why you are thinking? Deny versus sysadmin, who will win, guys?
Sysadmin, sir.
Why you are taking time? Sysadmin versus deny, who will win?
Sysadmin.
Sysadmin. Okay, very good. Deny versus process admin.
Deny.
Deny.
Deny versus
Deny.
security admin.
Deny.
Deny, sir.
DB owner versus deny.
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 Okay, so is it clear now, Sanjeev and Sampath?
Yeah. Now clear, sir.
Got it, sir.
Okay, so deny is the second highest that you have to keep in mind. So now I'll show you the demo also. Okay, you will get an idea. So now let me go to this Smith, and now Smith is able to read the data. Let's see. He's not able to read. Maybe he's part of deny data reader. Okay. So now go to this Smith and go to user mapping. and click OK and click the database. Amazon, always remember you have to click the database, guys. Okay, and he is part of data reader, deny data reader. And what we can do now, let's add him into the DB owner also. When we have DB owner, okay, you cannot skip this, guys. Deny data reader, DB owner can, we can have both permissions, okay, for the same user. But it's not required. Even if you keep it, nothing will happen. There is no harm. Okay. Generally, you can remove data reader. Why? Because DB owner can read the data. You don't need to explicitly give data reader. So if you want, you can keep it. If you don't want, you can remove it. No issues. Okay. So now I'm just removing it. So now he's a member of deny data reader. He's a member of DB owner. Of course, by default, public will be there. So deny data reader, DB owner. Okay. Whatever we just discussed now. So now let's go and check. Alt X. See? Alt X. Okay. He's a member of DB owner. He's a member of deny data reader also. Okay. So, but still he is not able to read. And if you go and check, I'll remove him from the deny data reader. Okay. I'll simply remove him from the deny data reader. And now let's test. Okay. Now he is part of DB owner only. Okay. Now this time let's test it. Okay. Alt X. You can read the data. Alt X. You can read the data. Clear, guys? Deny versus
Yes.
DB owner. Okay, fine. So if it is clear, take a break, come back after 15 minutes. We'll discuss about the custom DB roles, like how we have custom server roles. Then I'll show you the object level permissions, like giving access on a specific table. And then the last 10 minutes security session, again, whatever we discussed completely, I'll quickly show you. Okay, creating logins, adding into the server roles, adding into the database roles. I'll quickly show you guys. I'll be back after 15 minutes. Hi, what happened? What happened? Hmm? What happened now? Right, guys. Okay, so let's continue. And there is a small correction, guys, here. Drop, we can roll back. Actually, I mentioned it as we can't roll back the drop. Okay, where is that? Drop. Yeah, so we can't roll back the drop, guys. Right, so roll back the drop. Okay, so not, we cannot, I mean to say truncate, there is a confusion still. I'll update you on this, but drop, we cannot, for now, drop, we cannot roll back, guys. Okay, fine. So just correction, I just added that one. So now let's continue now. Okay, so we discussed about the database roles. Okay, and the fixed DB roles we discussed about. The fixed DB roles, whatever DB roles, that 9 plus 1, total 10 DB roles. Server roles are 9 and DB roles are 10. So total 10 DB roles we discussed, right? And let's discuss the custom database roles. How we have custom server roles. In the same way, we even have the custom database roles also. In the same way, we even have the custom database roles also. So how to create a custom DB role. Right now, you know the importance of the custom DB role. Custom role, you know the importance, okay? For example, for 1-2 permissions, or if I need collection of permissions, okay? So unnecessarily, if you are adding into the other role, even though you don't use it, you will get the permissions. But I don't want like that. I want a role with all the required permissions. Few permissions from bulk backup operator, few permissions from DDL admin, few permissions from security admin, few permissions from DB owner. I want to create my own role instead of directly being part of one fixed role with my own requirements, with my own permissions set. I want to create one more role that is called custom DB role. Like as discussed earlier in the custom server role, we can manage the permissions, whereas fixed server roles, fixed server roles, fixed database roles, you cannot manage the permissions. The permissions are fixed. You cannot add or remove the permissions. Whereas in the custom DB role or custom server role, you can manage the permissions. You can add, you can group the required permissions together, and you can make it as a server role, or you can make it as a database role, guys. So how to create a custom DB role, guys? Very simple. When you go to any database, guys, again, DB role is limited to that database only. If I create a DB role in Amazon, it won't be visible in the batch 57, whereas server role is server level. So in the server, you can see in the server roles section also, while adding any login into the particular server role, you can see. But whereas the database role is not like the database role is limited to the database only. If I create any custom DB role in the Amazon, it will be limited to Amazon only. If I create any custom DB role in the batch 57, it will be limited to batch 57 only. You cannot see everywhere like a server roles. Okay, fine. So now go to any database, in which database you want to create a custom role, and go to security and expand the security. You can see the roles, right click, you can see new role, new database role, you can see. Here you can give appdb custom role. Okay, appdb custom role. I'm just giving a name. In the organization, they will, application team or whoever is looking for the custom role, they will give you the name. Or as per the standards, you can compare the other servers, and as per the standards, you can you can give a name. Right? So now you can see here, these are all the different permissions. And for example, if you go and select here, if you want to add, you can just add it. And owner always will be SA only. And go to secureables, guys. Here you can see the permissions. Click on search and specify, select this all objects. Okay, all objects of this type. Okay, now you select it. See on these databases. Okay, schemas, whatever you want, you can select the objects, guys. Again, okay, you will get this list from the development team. So whatever you want to group together, you will get the list from the database team. You can select the particular, okay, objects. And for now, I'm just selecting the regular objects and all, and click OK. You can see all the things now. Okay, you can see. So when you click on anything like on the table level, okay, you want see these are all the permissions. You can see grant, for example, on the table level, on the employee table level, for example, a member of this role can, on the employee table level, okay, can insert the data, can select the data, okay, can update the data, and he cannot, what I'll do, I'll just delete I'll give as a deny option. Okay, he cannot, so this is insert, right? Delete here, delete I'll give as a insert. Like that, on other table you want to give specific permissions, again update you can give, okay, select you can give, and whatever you want, okay, you can just select it, you can update it, and you can give the permission, guys. Okay, you can see here, okay, delete, again delete also, if you want you can grant it. So on few tables few permissions, on other tables another permission, like that whatever you want you can simply select it, and you can just make use of it. You can grant or with grant or whatever you want, you can just select it, and you can group it together, and then okay, execute and all. If you want you can give execute permissions and all. Okay, so delete. Okay, so like that you can group them together, guys. You can group them together, and you can see the permissions and all, you can group them together, and you can just click OK. So if you need same kind of permissions, see on employee we have different permissions. Are you getting the point, guys? On employee table to the same role, on employee table we have different permissions where the delete is denied. Whereas on the student table, the delete is granted. So every object I can change the permissions and I can group them together into app DB role. For example, if I want to add any of the user to this role, what I can do, go to the login section, Smith, if I want to add him into that particular role, go to Smith, go to user mapping, click OK. See, select the database. If you select it, then only you can see app DB role. If you select batch 57, you don't see. Why? Why you can't see, guys?
User
Because
not created in that database.
correct, because not only user, we didn't even created the group also. Right, user is actually there. Smith is having, okay, he doesn't have access. Okay, but that is different. Okay, you not this is not the question of user. Even the user is there or not, we should be able to see here the roles, at least roles, but we cannot see the role. Why? Because we didn't created that app DB role in this database. We created this in the Amazon database. That's why we can see in the Amazon database. Now when I select, okay, app DB role, automatically whatever permissions are there, 5 or 6 permissions I have selected. Some of them are select, some of them are grant, some of them are deny. So I have selected all the permissions will be applied, okay, to the Smith now. So like that, I can add multiple users to the particular role. So instead of giving one user one permission every time, I can whatever permissions I want, I can group them together. I can create a role. Next time when user is asking same kind of permissions, I can simply add that user into that particular DB role, guys. Is it clear now? Custom DB role.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that is how it will work, guys. That's how it will work. So database level also completed. Now let's jump into the table level. I want to give access on a specific table level. How to give access on a specific table level, guys. Okay. So now I'll give the example of same Smith. So I'm going to remove his permissions again to show you the demo. Okay, user mapping and click OK. And I'm going to select this. How to remove it? Simply unselect this one. I'm going to even remove DB owner also to him. In this way, you can give and you can remove the permissions, guys. Okay. You can remove the permissions. Fine. Revoke the permissions. Remove, revoke the permissions. Both are same. Now, if you go and check Smith, okay, alt X. Of course, you don't have any permissions to see the data, so that's why he is getting this error. And if you go and check this student table also, same error you are getting. Select permission was denied. Fine. Now let's try to give access to Smith on only a specific table, employee table. Instead of all the tables, I'll give access to Smith only on a specific table. This is called table level permissions. How can we give access to a specific table, guys?
Custom role.
Right. Okay. So now what we can do, make sure first user is created. See, in two ways we can give the access. In two ways we can give the access. One way is go to user properties, add the table. Second way is, can you guess what is the second way? You can guess it. Similar to this, similar to what we discussed just now, the last point. Go to user
Just we
properties, add a table. Next, then what is the next method?
Go to the table.
Go to table properties, add what?
user.
Add user, that's it. Okay, either go to user properties, add table, or go to table properties, add user. In any of the way you can give. Both I will show you. Okay, let me show you. Right? Okay, so now go to make sure the user is created. You know, right, how to create the user in the database? Simply go to user mapping and select the database. That's it. Logins. Okay, this is Smith login. He cannot give access to himself. So go to admin, go to Smith, user mapping. Already user is created. Okay, you can see here the database selected means the user is created. You can see here. Right. Okay. So now what we can do, what we discussed, user is there. So we got a confirmation user is there. Click OK. And now what we can do, go to user properties, add table, right? Where we can see the user, go to Amazon database, go to security and go to user section and double click on this user. Right now, correct. So now what we can do, go to that particular user and now go to securables section, search all object types, click OK. And I want to give access on what? I want to give access on table. Select the table, click OK. And now table, what permissions you want to give? See, there are two tables. If you want to give access on employee table, select employee table and give the permissions. If you want to give access on student table, give student table and give the permissions. Okay. Right. So now you can see here, select the employee table and I'm giving a select permission, just a select permission. Okay, just a select permission. You can give other permissions also. Select, I'm giving grant. Okay, and click OK. So now he can read the data. Okay, if you go and check the Smith connection, so now employee table, he can read it, all text. Now you can see the right, he can able to see the data, right? So now if you go and
Yes.
check the student table, can he read the data, guys?
No.
No.
He cannot and he shouldn't. Okay, see here. He cannot able to read the data on student table because we gave access to Smith only on the particular employee table. So this is how access part will work on the table level. I can even give access to user to the same user on the student table also. This time I'll show you the other method. Okay, what is the other method? First method is user properties, add table. Second method is
Table properties, add user.
very good. Go to table. This time student table will go. Student properties and okay, this is again Smith. I'm giving Smith himself is trying to give access to himself, so which will not work. Student properties and go to okay permissions and search and type username which is Smith. Yes, you have to add user, right? Type the username Smith and click. Guys, when you created that user, then only Smith will come. As in the DB level, Smith is already created. So when I search, so that's why I'm getting Smith. Instead of Smith, if I just type one more login is there. What is that? Sampath. Sampath, you will not get. Why? Sampath is not created in the database. Sampath is not the user of the database. Clear, guys? So first user has to be mapped. Then only you can give the access. Okay. Delete it and click OK. And now I can give any permission. Okay. Now what I can do, I can give select permission and all. Smith, sorry, Smith, select this one, not this one. Select this one. Okay. Select, you can see here. I can give select permission. Click OK. Earlier, Smith is not able to access student table. You can see the error also on student table. And now you can just try it. Now he can able to access student table, guys. Are we good, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I hope at least you have an idea how server roles will work, how database roles will work, and how table level permission, object level permissions will work. Any questions so far?
Can Hello, Sinmu?
Yeah, please, please. Yeah, Gopi, please.
Can we select at a time only a single table or multiple tables
Now we can select
to give the
multiple tables
access?
also. We can select multiple tables also. No issues.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, Shanmugh.
Yeah, please, please. Yeah, you can ask. Sure.
Hello.
Yeah, you can ask. Sure.
Yeah, I need to give the permissions employee table and student table same permissions. Can I
Yeah, you can
give
give,
it to
you can give. Anything is possible, guys, until you have approvals from
no?
the like process wise. Yes,
No,
Sharat.
I'm saying that you have to give permissions from employee table separately and the student table separately,
That
right?
is possible. That is possible. You can give same permissions. You can give different permissions also. Or at a time also you can give employee table and student table.
At a time also you can go.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
At a time
Yes,
also
sir.
you can give different permissions on two objects. Just now we have seen, right? Just now if you go to this security users, Smith user, double click on it and securable. See, on employee table I have selected. I can give different permissions. On student table I can give different permissions at a
No,
time.
I'm saying that we can select the two objects at a time.
See, two objects at a time means how? Tell me. You tell me, Sarath.
No, no, I'm asking the doubt like
No,
if we
Sharath.
select or not.
Correct. The thing is, two objects. If you think logically, generally, if you think logically, is it possible to give the same permissions on the two objects? Normally, that is not possible.
No,
But
if we
at a time in the sense, see, at a time in the sense, you can open in the same window. No need to close. You can select the table once, and you can give the permissions, and you can select other table, and you can give. So it's not like
yeah,
at a time I can select 10 tables. I can give one select permission. That is not
okay.
possible. One table only I can select and I can give the permission. But without closing the
Yeah, yeah.
window itself, in the same window, we can give the permissions. That is my view. Okay. So it's not like all
Okay,
10
sir.
tables I can select at a time. That you can do using a select query. I mean to say, sorry, not select query. That you can do using this one, update query. So whatever objects you have, you can list out all the objects and you can write a query. You can execute in a just in a minute, so that all the permissions will be applied on the user. Same permissions will be applied on the user at a time. So that is possible using query, but GUI way you have to select one object at a time.
Okay, sir. Got it, got it.
Yeah. Questions, guys? Any other questions? Right. Okay. Chalo. So now whatever happened, guys. Don't worry at all in case if you are having any issue, if you don't understand also. Okay. So I am not saying whatever we learned till now, just forget about it. I am not saying like that. This 5 minutes or 10 minutes session from now, this is what exactly we will do in the organization from the security perspective. If you don't understand what is server role, what is DB role also, try to concentrate what we will do exactly. I spent almost 4 classes. This is the 4th class on security. Okay, around 9 hours on security itself I have spent. Okay, so just this 5 minutes is enough. That's what we will do generally, but without knowing anything, without knowing what is server role, without knowing what is database role, so it is very difficult to manage the security part, right? Security is very critical, right? Just listen carefully. This 5 minutes session is enough. Okay, generally we'll get the requests from the users. Okay, please add me into that particular role, server role, or please I need this permission, that permission, and all. So the first process is you should have a proper ticket. Second process is proper approval mails. And check in the email approval mail, check what permissions they approved and check on what objects they approved. These are all the checklists that you have to do before giving the permissions. So if ticket and mail approval referring the same objects, referring the same permissions, go ahead and give. So how to create a Windows login? Generally, okay, to create a Windows login, first we'll request Windows team. Windows team will create users in the Active Directory. Based on that, we'll create a Windows login in the SQL Server. So I'm just showing how they will do in the Active Directory. This is not our part. Okay. For creating Windows login, we need Windows level user first. We need a Windows level user. So now I'm creating Hari. Okay. Password. I'm just giving a password. Actually, this will be done by the Windows team in the organization. Okay, and check. So user is created. I can simply go ahead and create a SQL login for him in the SQL Server. Login, sorry, this is Smith. So he cannot do that. Go to admin connection, minimize everything. Yeah, right click, new login. Okay, search and hurry and check names. Click OK. If you want to make Hari as a sysadmin, go to server role, make Hari as a sysadmin. Click OK. That's it. That's it. Our part is done. And we don't again go and connect as Hari. We will not test it for every login and user. Now you know, right, what is the meaning of sysadmin. So no need to test it. Directly you can give it. Okay, if you want to remove sysadmin access to Hari, okay, you can go to server role and you can remove sysadmin access to from Hari. And you want to add sysadmin access, you want to add Hari to any of the DB role. Okay, go to user mapping and you want to give access to Hari on batch 57. Okay, you can just give data reader, data writer in case if they are requesting. Okay, and you can click OK. That's it. This is how we'll give access to Hari. The process is also same for permissions wise, process is same. Okay, if you want to create a SQL login, just create a SQL login. With this, you can choose SQL Server authentication and you can choose Radha. Okay, and 1, 2, 3 tab 1, 2, 3. You want to add Radha into sysadmin or you want to Radha into process admin, you can add Radha into process admin. A person can be part of server role. A person can be at a time, he can be part of a database role also. And I'm giving access to Radha as a DB owner. Click OK. Now he's a security, he's a process admin. Server level, he can kill the sessions. Database level, he has access on the Amazon database. He's a DB owner of the Amazon database. He can do whatever he want on the Amazon database. Clear, guys? Group login. Group login. Okay. The new user. I'm creating Mauni. Okay. Mauni. 1, 2, 3 tab. 1, 2, 3. Create. And one more user. Sharath. Tab. 1, 2, 3 tab. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can create with 2 people or I can create with a single person also. I can create a group. Okay, close it. Now let's go to groups. Let me create a new group. Okay, SQL DBS underscore L2. These are L2 DBS. Okay, the add. So now I'll add Mauni, semicolon, Sharath. Okay, check names. If names are existed, we'll get it. Okay, what is the Sharath name? Complete name? Sharath TH I give. Yeah, TH. Click OK and create it. Now group is created. This will be done by the Windows team again. Once they completed their activity, they will let us know. Let the DBA team know. Hey, DBA team, the group is created for L2 DBS. Then will come to us new login. Same Windows authentication. Group means Windows authentication only. Click search and SQL DBS underscore L2. Okay, check names. If you give the correct name, how to fix this error? How to fix this error? Can anyone tell me how to fix this error?
Change that.
Yes.
Close this and change that
Hmm.
location.
Object type.
Groups. Okay, click OK and click check names. Right? As group is existed, you can see it. Click OK. Now I can make both of them as a sysadmin. In this group, Mauni is there, Sharath is there. Both can be sysadmins. That's it. That's what we will do. Table level, you know, right? Just now we discussed. That's it. This is how we will do. See, not even 2-3 minutes also. Very simple, but you should know what is sysadmin, what is security admin, what is process admin. Okay, what is database role, what is deny. Okay, how many database roles are there, how many server roles are there, how to access on the server level, how to access on the database level, how to give access on the table level. So this is what we will do on the security side. Just matter of 1 minute. So it don't take much time. So security is not difficult. It's easy only, but you should know the concept behind it. Okay, then if you know that, it is very, very easy. Clear, guys? Any questions, doubts? Any questions? Any doubts so far? No questions?
Sharmukh,
Please.
good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sridhar.
Yeah, actually, in the environment, some of the client may ask like out of 1,000 tables, I want particular 100 tables need to be some permission. That case, we need to do this. GUI is tough, right?
Yes.
Need to build a word script kind of.
Correct.
We don't have any other option, right?
No, there is no other option. We have to do using script. GA is very difficult, so you have to go with a script. And script is also,
Yeah.
guys, script is also, we can generate it easily, as like if you're going forward, like if you're gaining some experience. To be frank, if you are doing same thing, the same statement, only usernames will be there. Say always try to use Excel sheet to generate the script. So in this case, what you can do, you can first generate a script for one user. Okay, you can generate a script for one user, and you can simply, for example, see, this is how it will be. Let me show you that. Okay, requirement, and go to user properties, Smith DB, no, not Smith DB, Amazon, and go to this particular user, Smith, double click on it, and student table. I am giving, imagine, select permission. Select is already there, right? Insert permission, uh, delete permission, insert and delete I am giving. Now generate a script. Okay, now you got the script, right? So grant delete on so and so user. So for example, this permission you want, Control C. Okay, copy this, Control V. Okay, Windows R, open Excel sheet. Out of this, we don't want all this, guys. We just need this one only. This line is enough for us. Okay, these are all extra. So you can take this. This is the main line. Go to the Excel sheet. Paste it here. Okay, so now what you can do here, grant delete on table name, right, to username. Delete this also. Keep this is in one column. Okay, table name. What is the table name? Student and student, and grant delete on student to username, right, to user. No, just keep this as 2 here and user here, or you can keep, yeah, you can just keep this as user here. So now what you can do, so now you just replace all the table names here. You can just drag it like this. Imagine for 100 times you want to drag it, 200 times. So imagine usernames you can copy paste, or this is table name. Okay, you can copy paste the table name or whatever you want, or the same table name. Imagine the table name is also same. Okay, copy the table name like this. Now to, you can just copy paste the table name to, keep it as it is. And then the username can be different. Okay, username can be different. So for now, for the reference purpose, I'm just again adding the same Smith, but in your case, copy paste the usernames from the list. Okay, now see, now what you can do, copy paste this directly till the end. Control C, open notepad, Control V. Okay, maximize this window. See, now what you can do, see, this is my script. Now if you want to just replace this, Control H, replace, just replace all. Okay, with one space, replace all. See, and now replace this. Now Control H, then with one space, just replace all. See, now how I created a script. How much time it took? Hardly 2 minutes. That is called smartness. So like that, see, in case if anything is there, you have to simply, how you are replacing is different. How you are replacing is different. Just you have to apply some normal, okay, just normal knowledge is enough. So here, instead of space, if some other object is also there, you can replace it easily. So this is how, in this way, you can generate. So you can blindly go and execute. Here only difference is you have to change the username. That's it. So make sure that you have user list in the Excel sheet, copy paste that user list in the username column. In this way, you can generate a script, right? So instead of spending writing every line, you can do a smart things like this using Excel sheet. Guys, this is like a experience matters. Okay, so if you are keep on like getting experience, these kind of things, you can alone find out these kind of things, okay, to simplify your work. Okay, fine, guys. In this way, you can generate a script.
Yeah, Sharmut.
Yes, Sridhar.
Yeah, this is okay. And is there anything like whoever having a insert
That you can go for
permission is there?
custom script. That you can go for custom script. Go to Google. Just
Yeah,
I need a script to
that
switch.
is our own only, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That is a custom.
Directly not available
Not
anywhere.
available. No, no, no.
Yeah,
Custom
yeah.
script only. Yeah.
Thank
Yes, yes. Okay, guys. So that's it from the security side. And in the next session, and that is will be very interesting concept, guys. We'll start the backups. So evening 7 p.m. IST, today evening 7 p.m. IST, for US people tomorrow morning 8:30 EST. So we'll start the backups, guys. Okay. So we'll discuss about what is backup, how many types of backups, how to take the backup, what is meaning of full, what is the use of the differential, how log backups will work. Okay. How many other types of backups are there? Split backup, copy only backup. Okay. So we'll be discussing the next session, guys.
One second, Shanmukh, sorry.
Tell me, Sridhar.
In case like some of the guy login will create some database. Okay, he is the by default he is the owner of the database. Okay. In some reason he left the organization or somebody deleted that one, and that case we need to assign that ownership to some other guy.
Always, we have already discussed at this point, when you are creating a database, what is the primary thing that you have to do? What is the primary thing that you have to do? When you are creating a database, what is the primary thing, guys, that we have to do?
We should have SA.
Yes, always the object owner should be SA. While creating the database itself, you have to make owner as SA. So it's not, that's what people will do the mistake in the organization. This is very common. They will ignore this step. While creating itself, if you are creating a database, make it as SA while creation itself. So if you left the organization also, it will not create any problem. Not only a database, if you are creating a job also, wherever it is asking owner, while creating there itself, you have to change it to SA. Okay, then it will not create the problem. If it is creating the problem, if you didn't change it, for example, you are correct, but other people are like doing mistakes. They didn't change it the owner to SA. In that scenario, you have to first check, in case if the object is not working as expected, first check the owner, then change it to SA.
Actually, some of the clients not recommended that SA need to be disabled. Actually,
don't mix both.
rename also they didn't allow. That case we can't do anything, right?
No, that we cannot do anything. Otherwise, you can make service account. Okay, if see, service account is also a permanent
make it
account.
one create one service account and give the SA, and after that we will create everything on that guy only. No option.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah. So any
sorry,
other...
I'm asking all these questions
No
because
problem.
in future reference we need all these some doubts maybe.
No issues.
So for reference purpose only I'm recording is happening, right? That's
No,
why.
yeah, no, I stopped
I'm asking
recording.
all this.
I stopped recording, Sridhar. Right. Okay. Fine. Just kidding. Okay. So it's recording, guys. So yes, that's it for now. We'll connect today evening 7 p.m. IST. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.